Yes, yes. Ono Mafia Games, Connected Franchise, NFL Week 2. It's your boy, Ono Mafia, checking in again. Glad to be here. Another good game posting for you guys, man. I've been through a lot this week. This weekend, just kind of grinding with the Madden, getting a few games out from Week 2. I'll be posting everything. What I'm not going to do is do any more condensed games for the moment because it takes hours to do all those plays and get all the play art out the way for you guys. But figured you would appreciate the first few handful that I gave you. And now we're going to get some full game coverage because you're going to see everything because the edits are just too long. But I have so many games from the week and I have so many teams to do that I'm not going to do condensed games for the rest of the season, although I do love the OCD of it all and just kind of going through every play and flipping all that. But check it out. Ravens, Dolphins, a good game, notably over the last few years for the Ravens. A hard out. Um, it was a good game for me. I'm not even going to spoil it. Just let you guys watch, react. Please let me know what you guys think of the footage, of the gameplay. Laugh at the funny moments. Tell me all the Madden glitchy shit that we know in the community. It doesn't matter. Run to the comments. Let me know what you think about the gameplay. And let me know what some of your favorite teams are too, so I can start playing with them. And maybe build some of your teams, get them to Super Bowl glory. So I'm signing out for this one. You see the kickoff going in. It's your boy, Ono Mafia.
Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time and leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his 5th season now, Lamar Jackson.
Another excellent season from Lamar Jackson that was cut short by ankle injury and actually showed just how much he is valued as the leader of the Baltimore Ravens as they went 0-4 down the stretch and missed the playoffs without him. Prior to that, they were 8-5 in a tough AFC North, and he was on his way to his 3rd 1,000-yard season as a runner and career-high marks as a passer.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact, and not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game, and gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder in this organization, they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late season push when we have everyone back. It certainly feels that way with the number of injuries they've had already.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the 1st, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. Fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Ravens are going to have a first down.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. Third and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays on the total. And it's capped off with the Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
A run for the first time with Myles Gaskin. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
23 yards the pickup there.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it, because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's Tua. Completes it to the tight end.
Easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Ready.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Cedric Wilson, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to match the opening drive touchdown against him with one of their own. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble, because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 6 there on the first down play. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Jackson now. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That's interference. Defense.
So they saw the contact before the ball. The automatic first penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On the move to his left. He'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 game. That time, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, the Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready, go! Ready.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season, nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson can surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a first down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Can you do any more work and make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold this to a hit, and the ball is out. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline.
Hey, Sammy Sideline. You know something? The tackle's pretty real tough.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. He'll get this up to about the 44. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start here with Gaskin. Oh, he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough, and that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Ready?
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he gets this. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here.
Because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Down.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now a give to Edmonds. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Go. Ready.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where he felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this is back to a 5-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Now they run the option on second down. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now it's Jackson. Now that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, and his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run. Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 27. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired. And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. In the 1st half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead. And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. A little second effort there on the strong run, and then drop just inside of the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson going to look to run with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there? No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Fourth down, here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now, there was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for 1st downs, and if they think the air is the best place to do it, then so be it. In addition, you probably got a quarterback. It's a nice bonus if he keeps completing passes. So they want to keep throwing the football? Fine by me. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are on their way to a 2-0 start. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
They'll go for it with Edmonds. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Now this offense for their next drive.
It's showtime, baby. Don't give a fuck. Let's do this, man. Hey, Alphas, what?
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a run up the middle with Drake. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 50 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, late in this game, they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week, and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
A drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Tua going to throw. It's brought in by Wilson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down at 4. Tua setting up shop to throw again. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Come on, set.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. Out comes the challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Tua to try again on 2nd down. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
You ready to rock? They can't read us straight up.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 15. 1:47 on the clock. Tua. That's caught by Wilson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Here we go. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Tua to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Tua. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Tagovailoa. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Extra point up and good by Sanders as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Ravens, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-1.